How would you like to be the first person that clients see when they're looking to buy a home or looking to sell a home? When they're out there looking for a real estate professional to help them with their real estate needs. How would you like to be that first person that they see? You may be wondering, well, Jaime, how can I assure of that? So I'm going to invite you to think about your personal consumer behavior. What do you do when you're looking for services? What do you do when you're looking for products? If you're like most people, you probably Google it. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you how to be that first person on that first page on the Google search so you can be that first person that home buyers and home sellers see when they're ready to make a move. Let's begin. Hey, it's Jaime, founder of Echo Real Estate Advisors. If we're just meeting, welcome to the channel that brings actionable content to grow your business through online marketing. So if that sounds beneficial, consider subscribing. So how would you like to shortcut your SEO rankings? How would you like to not spend thousands of dollars paying somebody to improve your SEO and increase your page's authority? How would you like to shortcut all of that?
I'm listening.
Well, the answer is Google Ads. If you have been on the internet for more than a day, you know what Google is. But what you may not know is the opportunity within Google. So I want to share with you the real estate, pun intended, available to you so you can place your brand, place your services, place your product in front of millions of people every single day. So let's look and see what we're actually trying to do, where we're actually trying to show up. Whenever somebody types in real estate agent or various iterations of, they're actually searching for the services like how to sell my house or how to buy a house, things like that, you have the opportunity to place an ad in front of people that are specifically looking for that service or that product. So as you can see here, you have ad. And the first page of Google, I don't know if you've noticed, when you scroll down, you're going to see 3 more. At the top, you have 4, and at the bottom, you have 3. And it depends on the competitiveness of the keywords. If it's a super competitive keyword, as real estate agent is, you're going to find ads on the first page, the second page, third page, and so on. And you're typically going to see 7 you're going to see 7 ads altogether, 4 at the top and 3 at the bottom. So that's effectively what you're trying to do. You're trying to put your name, your brand, your services on the front page of Google, and ideally you'd like to dethrone Mr. Ramsey right here and be that person. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. All right, so to do that, you will need a Google Ads account. If you're looking on how to create a Google Ads account, then I'm going to link in the description below a quick tutorial. So how to actually create it and get us to this point. So if you're interested in that, just look in the description below, and also comment if I forget to do that. So just let me know and I'll make sure you have that available so you can at least get to the basic fundamentals of where you need to be, i.e. have a Google Ads account and do exactly what we're about to do. So without further ado, let's jump into it, because a training like this will typically take a longer length of time. So I want to shortcut as much as possible. You're going to see me accelerate through a few things. You're going to see me slow down wherever I'm really trying to make an emphasis on a point. So we're going to just go through it. All right, to start your new campaign, you're going to go to the plus button. You can go to new campaign, and then you're going to be met with options. Most people typically stop here and just give up. So I hope that's not you, because we're ready to go. All right. A quick summary of what these are. If you're looking for more of to drive online sales, know that this and leads and where else? These two, you'll better be served by having a conversion type of an ad. And conversion type of an ad, without getting too technical, is effectively you needing to have an event recorded, which you would go to tools and do that at that point right here. I'm already going off a tangent. As you can tell, I like this. This is actually my favorite form of marketing, Google Ads, which is fun. But forget everything else. I just want you to take action. And we're going to go to website traffic today. We're going to go to website traffic, and then we have the options of when you see video, that's actually YouTube. I don't want to move my screen there yet, but you're looking at YouTube. You're looking at shopping. You can see where your ads would be placed. The display would be on the right-hand side. It's kind of like those banner ads that you see. And then you have the search tab. For the maximum effect of what we're looking for, of what I just showed you, the opportunity right here, we're going to select search. And then it's going to ask you for your business's website. Don't overthink it. This is really just giving you ideas down the road when they suggest keywords for you to use. Only because you type it here does not mean that you have to use it in your ad. This is solely used to give you ideas down the road when you're looking for keywords. So we're going to type in my website just for fun. Put demo Google Ads. And then you can see search network. Ads can appear near Google search results and other Google sites when people search for terms that are relevant to your keywords. You can leave this here, or you can display very similar. I'm going to go without either. And simply because I just want it to be on the Google search. As you can see here, ads can appear near Google search results and other Google sites. So essentially it's making it a bit broader. You can certainly leave them, but for my example and my demo today, I'm just going to show you the bare bones so you really start taking action. Don't worry about the more settings. It gets a bit more complex. I'm just clicking through the buttons so you see the other options available to you, but know that you don't have to use them, of course. Now, this is something that is very important when you're looking at locations. You're going to go to location options, and if you're targeting some listings, if you're targeting people that are looking to sell, then ideally you're going to be targeting an area that you'd like to sell, right? The neighborhood makes sense. The house would need to be in the neighborhood that you're marketing. So in order for you to assure that, you want to put people in or regularly in your targeted locations. If you were to have left people in or show interest in, you're actually broadening up the group. So I'll give you an example. If you're looking to list a home out of Fort Worth, then you would be selecting this. Now, if you were looking to help buyers get into Fort Worth, it stands to reason where people would type in Fort Worth homes, those people may not actually be in Fort Worth. They may be in another city, may be in another country, another state. So you would have to look at people show interest in. So if you're looking for buyers, really that's the biggest pro tip that I can give you at this time is go ahead and leave that if you're looking for buyers and you're wanting to help people locate into that area. So if you're working the luxury market, a common area here, either in the DFW area, either Highland Park or Mira Vista here in Fort Worth, then you would select the people who show interest in. But for our purposes, we're just going to say we're going to go after sellers, so listings. I know that was a bit of a rant, but that's super important. Again, we're going to pause where we need to and accelerate where we don't need to as well. That's a super important thing that most common people just select either United States or select the area that they want to target. So we'll go with Fort Worth. actual Fort Worth, and they forget to look at this. So just know that that's what that's about. Languages, if you're focusing on a certain language, most people are going to be using English, but if you know your Spanish, you can select it there. Then audiences, we're not going to dive into audiences today, but this is super powerful. You can browse by homeowners, like people that are actually homeowners. Notice that just right here, this is super enticing to you as an advertiser, whether you're a real estate agent or a digital marketer or whatever. This is super powerful for you because you've seen the changes that have happened in Facebook over the past 2 years. They've gotten even more and more strict, especially in the housing advertising. So notice that homeowners, the demographic of being a homeowner, which went away 2 years ago on Facebook, is still here. This is why Google Ads is my favorite platform. There's no secret there. Google Ads and YouTube Ads are crazy good. Crazy. But anyway, I just want to show you that. Today we're not going to go into that. But just know that this is here. This is here, and I want you to use it down the road. I'll shoot another video sometime down the road. Let me know in the comment section if you'd like to see the variations that I use. Just let me know in the comment section down below if you'd like for me to record a video, if there's interest in that. If not, then I won't record it. Okay. And don't worry about this part. We can bypass that. When we're looking at budget, that depends on you. You may have heard that Google Ads are a bit more expensive than Facebook. Per click, that tends to be the truth. However, per action, that tends to not be the truth. So per action meaning people that actually become either a lead for you or somebody that ultimately becomes a client for you, because that's what you're about. You're not in the business of getting leads, you're in the business of getting clients. So with intention-based marketing, this is what this is, there's intention-based search where people come in here and search for what they're actually looking for. This is very targeted, so the cost per click is going to get a bit more than you're used to seeing over on Facebook. On Facebook, it's disruptive marketing, where you're placing your ad in front of people that are that are there for another reason, but for whatever reason, your ad drew them to you. So that's a little bit about the budget. With the budget here, I like to start at least $25 per day. Again, if you've watched any of my videos in the past, you know that time is very important to me. So the quicker that I get answers, the better it's going to be for me. $25 is at least where I would start if I'm looking to test things out. But know one quick thing, whenever you're typing in budget on Google, it's going to project out 30 days. So if you put $25 times out by 30, whatever it is, I'm not even going to try, then it's going to really, really work those first several days. So don't be freaking out on day 2 and you've already spent $100. Know that Google works a little bit different than Facebook. It accelerates it. It accelerates it if the demand is there. At the end of the 30 days, you're going to have the $25 on average per day spend, but in the first several days, it's gonna eat up your budget. So just be aware of that. Don't be sticker shocked when you're on the second day and you've already spent over $100. Just know that. I know I'm driving this point into the ground, but this one is super important. A big difference than what you see on Facebook. So it warrants it. The delivery method, standard, which regardless if you put standard or accelerated, it is going to go accelerated. Just take my word for it on that. All right, and then we're going to clicks, or we're going to conversions. If you had a conversion set up, again, how to create a conversion, we're not going to go into that here. Just know that if you hit tools and conversions, you start creating conversions. It's a bit more detailed than what the scope of this video is. if you would have selected conversions, you would be able to run the ad. It would approve. However, you would get a notification down the road saying, "Hey, we need you to select a conversion that you're liking, that you're wanting to optimize for, that you're bidding for, because we didn't find one." And mainly because you didn't provide one. So we're going to maximize for clicks. We don't have to use conversions. We can use impression share, but clicks will work just fine. All right. And you can set up a maximum cost per click click bid limit. I leave that blank because at the beginning I don't necessarily know. As I start getting data, I will be able to maximize per click and start winning more in my auctions when it comes to Google Ads. And I'm going to show you more settings. Just know that you don't have to you don't have to adjust anything. You can set up your schedule whenever you want them to show, or rotation, things of that nature. But for our purposes, I'm going to encourage you to go ahead and leave that as is. Okay, now we get into the ad extensions. Don't go crazy with these, but also don't get overwhelmed with them. You don't have to use all of them. You don't have to use any of them. Just know that they're available to you. So going to the structured snippet extension, this one's relatively new, and I'll show you what it looks like, which I already have one running from another ad. So if I go preview here, you see the service catalog. That's something that you don't control. You do home buying, home selling, relocation. So take a better example, like a oil change, or one of those shops that changes your oil, tire rotation, things of that nature. So there's different services that they provide. They would benefit from this. So if you're doing, well, let's create one as an example right now. Add new structured snippet extension. Then remember the service catalog that you saw a few seconds ago. If you do neighborhoods, if you're trying to highlight, again, let's just say the areas that you're working for Lake Ridge, Mira Vista, Glen Oaks, neighborhoods like that, then you would put neighborhoods, and then would put Mira Vista. Well, let's do Lake Ridge. Do Lake Ridge, and for example, you can even put entire cities, Fort Worth, and then you can also do, let's say, Aledo. You can preview that, and then there you go. So it's a different way, not a different way, it's a more robust way to show what you do. It gives more chances and opportunities for people to understand what you actually provide before they actually click. So it provides some additional information so they can click. All right, I'm going to cancel that for now. And then Sitelink Extensions. If you have different links or different pages on your website that you want to call out, for example, if you have a link or a tab that's specifically for buyers, then you can select buyers, you can select sellers, investors, relocation, whatever you want to separate them out. Again, it serves pretty much the same service as the structured snippet extensions. The difference is that here you are able to provide a different link. Let's see. All right, so I'll just select those now, and those would be hyperlinks, so you would actually click those through. All right, now we're going to go to call out extensions. If there's a promotion, if there's something that's a bit different and unique, like 24 hours, free shipping, free market evaluation, things that you're calling out, then you can definitely select those here. And call extensions is effectively your number. If you had set up your conversion, which again, I keep teasing it, maybe I should have done it, but the conversions, if you had set up a conversion, you could actually create a conversion on your landing page, on your website, on anywhere you're driving traffic to have a conversion every time somebody clicks through. So how that manifests itself is you would have a unique number within those landing pages, so Google is able to track that people actually not only click through the ad, but actually called you from inside of that landing page or website and are counting that as a conversion. So that's how they track it. It's a little bit more involved than what we care to do here in the video, but just know that that's how that works. And if you don't want tracking, it'll just leave your number as is, no worries. Let's see if we can preview it real quick. And there you go. So in this example, it would just leave it as is. It wouldn't change it. If you were trying to track numbers, then it would. So we're going to keep going. And here we go. Remember when we put EchoRealAdvisors.com, when we put our keyword ideas over here, where we put our website here? Well, here it is again. We're not married to this link. We don't have to use this link. Just we gave it for suggestions specifically at this step. So you see it gives us Dallas real estate, homes for sale in Dallas, houses for sale in Dallas. Now, while I'm not going to get too much into the keywords right here, because I actually have an entire database of keywords that real estate agents should use. If you would like that spreadsheet, please email me at the link that should be flashing around here. So jresendez at EchoRealAdvisors.com, and I'll send you exactly the keywords that you should be targeting. So I believe the title of the spreadsheet is keywords all real estate agents should be using. So if you're interested in that, please send me an email again, jresendez at EchoRealAdvisors.com, and I'll gladly send that to you. For our purposes, I'm going to just give you some cliff notes, the overview. Here you can select the name, of course. So we're going to put real estate agent. And I think what were we doing? Were we doing Fort Worth? We're doing Fort Worth. All right, let's learn more real quick so you see exactly the differences. You're going to have broad match, you're going to have phrase match, and you're going to have exact match. Don't overcomplicate this. If you just type in real estate agent, that is considered a broad match. Google is going to take creative flexibility in serving up ads that closely mirror real estate agents. So if they put real estate agents, it would show it. If somebody transposed and put agent in, however you say that, it'll show it. Different variations, it would take it into consideration and actually serve your ad. So that's a broad match. If you're doing a phrase match, quotation marks, if you're doing a phrase match, Google's going to look for the real estate agent in that order. So if somebody puts in best real estate agent around, it would serve it because it matched real estate agent. So as long as it matches that phrase, regardless of where it falls in that search, it's going to serve it. So that is a phrase match. Now, an exact match, when we're using brackets, real estate agent, Google is not going to deviate from that. So when you put real estate agent in brackets, it's looking only for that. So if it doesn't have real estate agent, then it's not going to show, it's not going to serve up the ad. If you type in real estate agents, no. It's looking for an exact match. So that's exactly what Google is looking to do. Now, if you wanted to split test, you could go new ad groups, and then you could target based off of, let's just say, Realtor. If you wanted to split test, are people using real estate agent, Realtor, whatever have you. Again, the sheet that I have, if you're interested in that, let me know. Keywords all real estate agents should use. Just email me and I'll send that to you. And I have a good breakdown of which ones to use and which ones not to use. And then you can plug in your city. Then by all means, please let me know. You can do another ad group here and then split test at your leisure. The one thing that I would suggest, since you're setting your ad budget at the very beginning, again at the select campaign settings, I'm going to suggest that you split test at the campaign level. And I know it sounds like a pain if you having to redo the entire ad again, but know that you can copy and paste, i.e. create a duplicate, and then just adjust accordingly. The reason I suggest that you adjust for, or split test from a campaign setting is because the budget that you set of $25 is being allocated to both of these. I would much rather have an individualized budget for each split test that I'm trying to do as my way of controlling the results. So in that example, instead of doing $25 and if I wanted to split test a new ad group, I would do $12.50 up here and then $12.50 for what I'm trying to test for. I hope that makes sense. I just think it's important enough to call that out. Okay, and then we're going to go save and continue. I think we've done all the damage we needed to there. And this is the fun part. This is the fun part where Google's going to be doing, let's go ahead and X out of this. Google's going to be doing a good amount of the edits for you. This is a newer interface. So Google is a very dynamic, very, how can I say this? It evolves very quickly. So some of the videos that I've made, including the most recent one that I made a few weeks ago about Google Ads itself, where I was teaching a different principle, the interface was different. And even with the ad set level of what we just saw, last week it wasn't there. The structured snippets, that wasn't there. So Google is continuously changing. So and that's another reason why there's some friction between people using it or not using it. But anyway, I'm getting on a pedestal, not a pedestal, I'm getting on a soapbox. So let's get off that real quick. All right, now we have your ad set, our keywords, we're ready to go. We have a final URL for this demo. I'm gonna leave it at that, but I would encourage that you actually provide a more centralized, a landing page feel. If you're interested in those templates, let me know. Just comment in the section below. There's I can make those available to you. The best thing that you can do when you're running paid traffic is to not confuse your audience. You promise them something, deliver it the quickest way possible in the most clear and concise way that you can. So there's no friction, and reduces the friction. If the moment they click over to your ad, if they don't see what they're looking for in the first 3 seconds, they're bouncing and going over to the next ad. So you already spent the money getting people to your website or your landing page. Make it effective by not confusing your audience. And there I went again, getting on my soapbox. Let's stop. All right, the display URL is whatever you want it to display. This is more of a phantom URL, so it's not an actively working link from the sense of it doesn't have to actually be real. So we can put something like Fort Worth. So it looks, well, you'll see it right here. So it gives more of an illusion that you're specialized in that area. You may not have this hyperlink in your website, but it doesn't matter. This is a display link. And then you get to test out headlines. This is a super cool part. About 2 months ago, they added the option for a third headline. So Google is continuing to evolve, but look at how many spaces you have for a headline. What it's doing, it's a dynamic ad that it's serving up this ad with this variation, this ad with this variation, and it's split testing it for you. So that is super cool, super beneficial in my world. So you might as well get used to it and add as many headlines as possible, because once you start getting that data, you're going to find out what's working and what's not. So I want to put home sellers. I'm just going to breeze through this because these aren't going to be very novel ideas anyway in terms of the headlines. Home sellers looking to buy, home buyers looking to sell. Again, these are terrible. Best agent in town, Fort Worth homes Dallas homes just for fun. And then, is now the time? The question mark, it might kick it back out. We'll try it. All right. Okay, now the description. You're going to see descriptions down here, and you're going to notice that the description, you're going to notice that the ad extensions aren't here. So that is totally okay because they're going to be served up in your ads. Not all of the time that, again, Google is going to mix and match and optimize for you, but with you looking for the snippets, just know that it's not going to be there. Oops, storage space. I better back up my computer. All right, new description. Need to buy a house. Need to sell a house. Sorry, the storage space kind of threw me off there for a second, so I better wrap this up. You don't have to do anything with this. You can if you would like. I don't suggest that you mess with it right now. It gets a little bit more involved. We're talking about more conversions. We're talking about tracking templates. We're talking about something, again, outside of the scope here. So I may do a video on that in the future, but right now just know that that's not needed. I want you to take action. So that's really all you have to do. All you do is done. You can create another ad if you're ready to do that and split test that way if you would like. But with all those different headlines, all those different options, you don't necessarily have to do that going forward. At this point, your campaign is ready. You're ready to go. You're ready to be that first person that home buyers and home sellers see whenever they're looking for their real estate transaction down the road. So if you found value in this video, please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so we can talk again soon.